Howdy, I'm Sprite XP. So summer's coming, and I'm finally back on YouTube. So hopefully my return will not be short-lived, so I can actually come up with a consistent schedule. So today's review is of Battle for Jim Island Again. BFDIA is the second season of Battle for Jim Island Again. It's created after the success of the first season. However, it's not a carbon copy of the first season, as there are multiple changes made to this season, which we'll get to shortly. The biggest change is that people can now vote for which contestants they want to compete in this season. The show works just like the previous season. A group of objects are split into teams to battle out for a prize, which is Dream Island. Although this time, the teams are not consistent, as 3 out of the 5 episodes have the contestants switching to a different team, and in the final episode, there's even a brand new team created known as Free Smart. However, on August 1st, 2013, the final episode of BFDIA was released. However, the season was later replaced by the show's third season, which is simply known as IDFB, although some people call it Island Dreams for Battle. To be honest with you, most of the contestants that returned from the first season did not change in the second season. So if you want to know my thoughts on any of the contestants that debuted in the first season, go watch my review of Battle for Dream Island Season 1. Although here is a simple graphic showcasing the contestants I like and the contestants I don't like for good measure. Donut Bear has a personality. Donut is just a worse version of Flower. He feels extremely arrogant and lacks any substance as a character. Thankfully, he has improved in Season 4. Dora does not have a personality besides speaking gibberish. I don't like her in Season 4. At least she feels like an actual character, unlike her portrayal in the second season. I view Book the same way I view Leafy from the first season. He's my favorite contestant, however some people view him as bland and boring. Although unlike Leafy, he has gotten worse in the fourth season. Thankfully, he has reverted back to his normal self before the season was over. However, we will get to that once I make a review on Season 4. Bomby lacks any screen time in this season. I swear I can count the number of times Bomby spoke in one hand. To be honest with you, I thought Fries would be eliminated the first kick at 6 he was in, because the show's target audience is kids, and children are more likely to vote for someone to be eliminated because they're mean. However, I'm glad he actually survived as long as he did. His sarcastic and friendly nature is why I like Fries as a character. I like both Ruby and Gelatin for their energetic and joyful nature. However, they're both way better in the fourth season, as both characters have more prominent roles in that season. Nico was the recommended character that was rejected in Season 1, Episode 18. Despite this, Nico was able to join Battle for Jim Island again in second place with 892 votes. Nico is pretty good at anime and sanity, so I can see why people would vote for him. As for Nico himself, he's pretty much a slightly toned down version of how he was in anime and sanity. That being said, he's still pretty good. I like his sarcastic nature despite how toned down it is in this season. I'm pretty neutral towards Puffball as a character. While I do like her voice, she is kind of there. Granted, he has a major role in this season and even caused her team to lose in the season's final episode. However, there's nothing really that special about Puffball, beyond her unique voice. While she does have a purpose, I personally find the other newbies better. Yellowface is Market Salesman. Despite not having much of a role in this season, I actually don't like him a lot. It's kind of funny. The presentation is kind of the same as the previous season. They even uses some of the same music that's made by Kevin MacLeod. The show reuses some backgrounds from Season 1, although the backgrounds that are made specifically for Season 2 are way better. Especially like the backgrounds that are made in the 5th part of Episode 5, where they added 3D models to represent YOLO City. I just think newer backgrounds they made in this season are just more visually appealing. It has more details and colors in the background. Unlike the bland-looking hill background they used for pretty much most of this season, the hill is just bland and boring. The challenges in this season are not as good as the first season, however most of them are not horrible. Most of them are just bland and boring. The only real standout to me was making Dream Melon in the episode where the contestants must go to YOLO Summit. The addition of having contestants switch teams feels kind of unnecessary. I feel like the season will work better without the contestants switching teams 98% of the season. There's also unlike in this system, which is added in Season 2, which never returned in a future season. And to be honest with you, I prefer the Season 2 voting system over the voting system they use during the rest of the series. It kind of makes the show fresh with a set of prizes the contestants get, which could range from seeds to a hand-powered recovery center. Well, anyways, I give BFDIA a 6 out of 10. While Battle for Jim Island again is pretty good, although when compared to seasons that came before and after, it's pretty much one of the weaker seasons. Despite this, the season is not that bad. While the new contestants are hit and miss, and some of the times are kind of bland, calling this season a bad season or just a mediocre season won't accurately represent how I feel about this season. Besides, there's a lot of stuff that makes this season good, like the new backgrounds that are made in this season, and the voting system which is never used in the series again. Like the previous season, BFDIA does not have any filler, unless you can BFDIA 5BS filler, but that is a game you can't even play anymore because Flash died in 2020. Well, anyways, the sky is falling, so goodbye.